I would do 100 and then do a 10% sale and
Okay.
just keep blast to the 25K first. So that way we have like a base that we can work around with.
At 100 with 10%.
So I would say pull the trigger on getting a VA, right?
Mhm.
And then tell them to do product substitution and sniping to go ahead and build the momentum on your account. So that way you can have more leverage for the time that you have. So that 1 hour, instead of like, you get back 8 hours of time to
Yeah.
put back into the eBay account. And then you spend that 1 hour managing that. Do you get what I mean?
I
Yeah.
have 10% of my items that I make no profit on that are literally just there to make momentum items, low priced items that sales bring sales.
Matthew, how are you enjoying the conversations today?
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. I'm never home on Saturday, so good to join.
Give us an update what's happening with you, man.
I need some help. About
Sure.
6 weeks or so ago, you helped me out. We jumped on and you looked at my stuff, gave me some action items.
Mm-hmm.
Took action on those right away because my account had slowed way down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And helped a little bit, but it just kind of tapered off from about 8 to 10 sales a day down to, 2 to 4. And then I reached out to Noyan and he's been great. He's helped me a lot, like spent a lot of time with me.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from 110% markup or 100, like it was like 100% markup to with 10% sale, the everyday thing. And that's what I had been doing for like all 3 months I've been here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty high markup. And then so we went down and tried 80 with 5%, and he said play with that. And it helped a lot for a couple days right away. I had my best days by far.
Mm-hmm.
But then just slowly has been tanking again to like down to 2 to 4 sales a day at only 80 with like very low markup, 80% markup with 15% sale.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
not really making money.
Gotcha. So how many listings do you have up?
9,500.
9,500. Okay, so you're I would say the next steps would be so I'm assuming you're doing all of the optimizations, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I click the
Yeah.
and everything on Boost My Listings, I click it multiple times a day. Thankfully, I work from home.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And then how much time do you have a day now?
Sometimes only an hour. And one call, you even help me optimize that hour. And so like when I'm on a call at work, there are things I can do that don't take full attention, but sometimes I only have an hour to like
Yeah.
really work on it aside from like filling orders and stuff,
Yeah,
like I
no,
can do
totally
that
get
anytime.
you. Totally get you. So then here's what you do. So we're gonna optimize for that 1 hour, and what I want you to do from like is start pruning. So
Hmm. Okay.
pull back 100 and then push back 100 and
Hmm.
then keep pruning the items that didn't sell, and then you just continue doing that until you get to wherever you want to be. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
I do that. You
Okay.
taught me that already. I do that. Like
Okay, tell me about
I've
that.
never been higher than I always float around this amount of listings. Like I remove as many as I list. Should I do more than that? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, if so you're doing that every day consistently
Yeah.
or pretty consistently. And
Yeah.
and it's still not a noticeable change, huh?
No, not
Okay.
in the current past few weeks since it's been tanking worse than ever.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So in your case right now, the next steps would be I would say get a VA,
Okay.
right? And then do you have a VA yet or no?
No, I've looked. I've joined some like church groups online. Like that was a hint you dropped once and stuff. But is that where I want to spend my free time every day? It always seems to get sucked up. It's a high priority. It's a high priority. But no, I haven't found one yet.
Okay, so I would say pull the trigger on getting a VA, right?
Mhm.
And then tell them to do product substitution and sniping to go ahead and build the momentum on your account. So
Okay.
that way you can have more leverage for the time that you have. So that 1 hour, instead of like, you get back 8 hours of time to
Yeah,
put back into the eBay account, and then you spend that 1 hour managing that. Do you get what I mean?
totally. Yes.
Ma-
I've wanted
Mark,
one for a while. Yeah.
Mark, what do you think about that advice that I'm giving Matthew?
What about doing the product substitution?
So Matthew's challenge is he has so basically he is at 9,500 listings, not making much money, right? And he has 1 hour a day, right? And so I told him that because he has 1 hour a day, use that 1 hour to train the VA instead. And then buy
Right,
back
right.
time to
Okay,
do
okay.
sniping and product substitution to build up the
Because
momentum
if
on
you
his
could get
account.
a VA to execute on like 4 hours a day of sniping, if you could get a VA to execute on 8 hours a day on sniping and product substitution, and they're not that good, there's still like 70 or 80% about how you would do it if you sit down and do it. The results would be pretty crazy.
Right, right. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And like actually, I only with the 1 hour a day, right? That's I see that there's the only option at this time. Unless Mark, you have another way.
Unless you put in an hour a day and list 20 to 30 product substitution or snipe listings every day for a week, and then that would give you
Yeah, but he has to still manage his account. You get
right.
what I mean? So it's not like
Yeah,
that hour,
exactly an hour a day.
right? Like I the only way that I see it is like through the VA.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
would definitely give you a lot of sales.
It would buy back his time.
But if you
Yeah.
also if you also prune a lot and bulk list a lot, you will also
But he's been pruning, right? It's not it's like Matthew. What you could do another alternative, right? Is what's your selling limits on eBay?
It's unlimited.
Oh, okay. So in that case, so how many credits do you have?
Like I think 8K, but I think you told me to save those and use because I'm gonna start my mom's, who's also unlimited. But I mean, I
Well,
can buy
if
more credits. It's fine.
look, if you have an unlimited account, right,
Yeah.
before the VA, what I would do is max out the account with 25K listings, right? So that way you're gonna immediately and do it with like
yeah.
100% markup. You know what I
100%
mean?
markup.
Are you tax exempt on Amazon?
That was one of the action items you gave me, and I've tried it on 3 Amazon accounts, and they've denied each one.
Do you know why?
It's like a generic answer. Like we didn't I don't remember. It was the same one each time. It looked automatically rejecting right away.
Jonathan, have you tax exempted your Amazon account?
I did, but it was back in February. I think things have changed since then. I was able to get four with just my busy LLC in Wyoming, just putting in retail trade, all that stuff, good stuff. But back, Bennett told me, how to do it back then. I've heard recently they've been a bit more strict, and it's been like one per Amazon, and then
Mhm.
NBZ Nathaniel was trying
But he
that
but he
too.
said it
So.
it got rejected. Does anyone have any like any input on why it's getting rejected?
Didn't you guys talk about just getting a personal EIN number?
Yes. And we got the report back from Nathaniel. He told me that it worked.
Yeah, he sent me info about that. I could forward that to Matthew. It does seem to be like a whole kind of process. He kind of like just told me the entire
Matthew's
thing.
biggest issue is he only has an hour a day. So it's
Yeah,
like we gotta
so I don't
optimize
know
for
if that
that,
would
yeah.
work. Like there's a lot of warm up and intricacy that goes into the back end of that. I
Right.
would I would just be curious to see like what he did, like and then to see maybe if there was something missing.
My
Right. Dan
my Go ahead,
Because
Sammy.
for
no
his
Dan
le for your
yeah.
legit info to be rejected and the legit LLC to be rejected, it makes absolutely no sense. So, like, I'm
Um
assuming these are your Amazons and you put like your real name and everything. Like, you should at least be able to get, these. So if not, then either the system's changed or we're just missing something. That's all.
my only unique outliers that I can think of is that on this IP I had a business Amazon account that was tax exempt many years ago I used for FBA. It expires or it wasn't tax exempt anymore for whatever reason. I lost that Amazon account probably because it was a business one. I lost it like a few months ago and with less than 5 orders a day. And maybe they tie that to
Mm.
that's not the account I
Yeah.
tried to get tax exempt on. Um, it's all on new Amazon account since, but I have that bit of a unique situation that most of us probably don't have. And maybe it's linked in that way, that Amazon account was banned, maybe, possibly. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
No,
the
I
same LLC though?
One more time, Farouk.
Is it the same LLC like the one that you said, the business one,
Nope, new
where you're
business
tax
license.
exempt on that? Yeah,
It's not an
I don't think
LLC,
that
just
has any. I don't think that has any effect because I mean I have multiple accounts on the same machine. I have like 10 accounts on the same machine. They're all tax exempt, and I did that all this year too. But I don't.
You know that
I didn't do it. I didn't even do it the way you did it though. So I did
it's
it the way Jonathan is. Just kind of went on Fiverr.
Yeah. Well, no, for me, I did mine in February with an LLC, but like for you, Matthew, it seems like it was some sort of automatic AI rejection, and I just don't know why. Because you went to the Amazon tax exemption page, you clicked the button, and then you just put in all your info, and
Mhm.
then clicked the states. Did you try to get it? How many states did you try to get tax exempt in?
There were quite a few unchecked, like all the ones that
Yeah,
required like an extra piece of paperwork that
probably
obviously
like
I
probably
can't
like
get.
30. Like I got like 36. So you're probably going for like about that amount. So like you're doing it all right, and
Yeah,
um,
I just followed along on some couple different YouTubes, like slow step by step. I didn't like just like Wild West it or anything.
Yeah. No, no, I get it. I think you got to make a new Amazon account on a new device, but to do that, you need some time to kind of set it up.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so right now, what I would do in your situation would be take that first account, get it to 25K listings, get back to a point where you're making an income and you're happy with it. Get the anchor store and then like blast away to 20. You have unlimited listings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I would leverage that. And then from there, that 1 hour, I would get a VA, right? So that way, like and then teach them how to do product substitution, sniping, get the account back to whatever you want. And then from there, use that 1 hour to continuously like solve the Amazon tax exempt problem. And then after that, what is how can you get back more time? How can you get back 4 or 5 hours of time so you can invest into working on your business?
Maybe like on Sunday I could like block
Mhm.
myself for 5 hours,
No,
like
like I'm not
each
talking
day.
about working harder, but I'm talking about more like buying
Mm.
back your time. Like,
I think
is it
it's
your job?
just say again.
Is it your job?
It's half my job, but it's half aging relatives
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
there's no one else.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha. You need
So
the
it's not
VA.
like it's because I'm playing pickleball at night or anything like
No,
that.
no,
It's
even if you were
humans that
like,
rely on me to survive.
right.
no, I agree with the VA idea. Like you get someone great, you train them, maybe some sort of
Yeah.
incentive, and they can
Yeah.
snipe for you when things go poorly, and then you can use that
Yeah.
hour for like the high leverage stuff. And
Exactly. You need leverage,
and
right?
I think people is like way up there.
Right. So blast to 25K and then at the same time get the VA, somebody that you like, and then you can use them for high leverage. Like while you're doing everything else, you can just be on a call with them and then just giving instructions. Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, for
That
sure. So
I think that's the way to do it.
now, should I try to put my margin way back up, or should I stay at 80 with a 15% sale?
I would do
Like
100 and then do a 10% sale and
okay,
just keep just blast to the 25K first. So that way we have like a base that we can work around with.
at 100 with 10%.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
know, I mean, it sounds like his account needs some momentum though too. I mean,
I
I don't know if you guys do
Yeah.
this, but I
Yeah.
have 10% of my items that I make no profit on that are literally just there to make momentum items, low
yeah.
priced items that sales bring sales. I'm just saying it might help him bring in some momentum.
For sure, 100%. I think the truly challenging part about it all is the 1 hour a day. That's like I think that part needs to be solved. If he can get the VA, then he can instruct the VA to bring the momentum back through like sniping or something, and then he can continuously work on like the tax exemption.
And you're gonna want that VA for sure, especially, if your
Yeah.
intention is to add more accounts, like, you're definitely gonna want that 1 hour to be troubleshooting things, like learning things for that. So,
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. So your 1 hour is spent on like just managing and like learning and strategizing and you just have somebody fulfilling all the day to day. You get what I
exactly.
mean?
No.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you looked at my account and you didn't really say much. You said you didn't know why it was dropping off, and you said it just happens sometimes. So I kind of feel cursed. I know that's not what's going on, but
Matthew,
it's
it
kind of a bummer.
happens to me as well on some accounts. Like, I have one account doing great, one account doing poor, and I essentially have, VAs go in and snipe, and then a couple days later we're starting to sell a lot of items, and a lot of them are break even, but they're getting momentum and they're gonna start to get bigger sales.
Mhm.
So I think you just need someone you can call on and rely on to help you
Yeah.
out when those, little downturns happen. And they happen occasionally, and then you just snipe for a couple days and you're back up. We talked about it before. Like eBay has like a ceiling where they try to maintain your sales, but like every now and then it sort of can sometimes fall off a bit, but then you can always get it back. It just takes a bit of time as an individual. I think that's the problem, that's all.
I
Right.
mean, I also want to add back to what Dan said. I think it's a momentum thing because once your account kind of gets like lit on fire, once you get a bunch of sales, you'll get more sales. So, like, if I were doing it, I would do like 80% at a 20% sale. You won't make that much. I would leave it for like a week or two. You'll just get a ton of
But
sales.
but remember, like he has an Amazon account problem as well. Like
Oh, I
and
see that.
he needs
Right.
to make time to make that Amazon account.
I
So
have 5 Amazon accounts.
okay, so you have 5 Amazon accounts. Okay, so then fair enough.
Bulk list is
Then
60%.
that makes sense for like tax exemption, but I would say bulk list at 80, right?
And I would say like tax exemption, yeah, it's nice, but it's not in my
I
opinion,
agree with that
priority.
100%, 100%. Like it's not like I feel like I don't know, sometimes I feel like people like it's like the first thing they want to do, but like I don't know.
It's good for like snipes, but
Exactly.
otherwise, it's really not necessary.
Yeah.
Like the main thing is your account getting sales momentum, and like you'll see the profits, and then it's tax exemption is more of an optimization thing. It's more like, hey, like how do I optimize? You don't, in my opinion, you don't even need to do that. Yes, it's nice, but I feel like your bang for your buck would be to kind of get your account
Like
moving.
if I send you what Nathaniel sent me with the like getting the EINs from the website and all that, like it's onerous, it's cumbersome. There's a lot of moving pieces,
Yeah.
and it's just to get one. Because like basically when you're at scale and you have like like multiple sets of Amazons, you don't want to just link them all with like your own ID necessarily. So
Mhm.
there's just a lot that goes on there to keep everything like separated. So
I totally get that perspective, and I agree with you on that. But I think from like a mental perspective as well, what ends up happening is when you're sniping and then you get control back over your income. You get what I
yeah.
mean? Like that way, if Matthew got like the tax exemption and he told his VA to snipe, he'd get to like maybe 50, $100 a day in profit, and then he'd be like in a good space to kind of grow the account in the less scale. You do the unscalable until you do the scalable. Like that was a
Hmm.
quote that I heard, and it
Interesting.
makes a lot of sense to me. Do you get
Yeah.
what I mean?
But like I feel like if you can't do if the tax exemption is like a huge issue, you can also just teach maybe like substitution and have them do that as well and get
True,
around a lot of it as
true,
well.
true.
There's
You're
always a
right.
workaround. There's always a workaround and yeah.
True. True, very true. It's just the tax exemption part, I think, is the lowest barrier to entry to kind of get to like $100 a day. Do you get what I mean?
I
You're not
do.
gonna you're not
I
gonna
do.
get to like 30 like $10,000 a day or $1,000 a day,
I
but
and again, I don't know if it's just me because it's been so long since I got my four exempt, but I feel like maybe some people are just struggling more with it nowadays. Maybe there's just some like new regulations or whatever with the AI. I have no clue, but
true, true.
like if things are
Maybe
getting tougher with that, so.
true. So, Matthew, your next steps, I would say, my opinion would be run like get the anchor store, right? List more items, 100%, maybe do a 20% markdown to get the momentum back. Since you have the 5 Amazon accounts, you can kind of cash flow pretty nicely with that. And then keep listing all the way until you get to 25K and then start pulling back your markdown sale as you're building momentum. To get what I mean? And then while you're doing that, that's like 5 minutes a day. At the same time, like spend that 1 hour, get in a VA so that way while you're doing and when you hire that person, right, get them on salary, maybe pay them $300 a month. And then what you do is while you're doing all your other stuff, you could just be on call with them and then maybe like get reports back on an hourly level. So that
Mhm.
way, like it's an active sport while you're working on your eBay account. Do you get what I mean? So
Makes sense.
basically, you're getting hands back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know if you have any questions on that.
No, that all makes sense.
Okay, cool, cool.